It's Kevin. Welcome to Relationship Ready. Today, we're going to talk about resiliency. We are all resilient. We have all made it through something and are still breathing, living, surviving, and sometimes, hopefully, thriving in our lives today. So let's talk about the definition of resiliency, how we build capacity for it, and how we can enjoy it in our relationships and build each other up so we can all be more resilient together. The definition of resiliency is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. The capacity to recover from difficulties. It doesn't mean we don't go through difficulties. Everybody goes through difficulties. There are difficulties every day. But we can get through them instead of mulling in them. And how we do that is through adaptive resiliency instead of through maladaptive resiliency. Because getting through the thing, entering recovery, is resiliency. Whether it's good for us or bad for us, good for our relationships, bad for our relationships, that's based on our mindset and how we try to move through things. So, what is adaptive resiliency? Adaptive resiliency is being able to learn from your mistakes, being able to move forward, being able to look back and see what you need to do different the next time, and have a positive attitude and a positive mindset about, I can handle this, so that you're constructive. It's giving yourself, your partner, your relationships, constructive feedback, constructive criticism, and constructive growth so that you can grow yourselves and grow together. Maladaptive resiliency is destructive. It's a negative mindset of, oh no, I did that thing again and I'm stuck in it. Oh no, you did that thing again that you always do. You always get us lost. You always yell. Instead of a positive mindset of, I haven't seen you yell in like months, and all of a sudden you're yelling again. Wow, that was really good how you maintained that. How do you be able to continue to not yell? How do you continue to find your way and find the right directions, which is adaptive. Maladaptive is, oh no, you're doing the same thing, the same person, and blaming the characteristics on yourself and on your partner of that as a personality trait. They don't care. They're not empathic. They're narcissistic. They are thoughtless. As opposed to, they were trying to be thoughtful and they slipped and it didn't work. They weren't able to move things forward, recover as quickly, be as resilient. They got stuck. So it's a mindset thing. Because resiliency is a positive mindset. And it is biological, it is emotional, and it is mental. So biologically, our body heals itself. When you get a cut, it starts to heal. When you fried parts of your brain through trauma, through drugs, through the stress and constant adaptive stress to be able to function with a high stress environment, your brain breaks down, but it creates new neural pathways to be able to work around those burnout parts of your brain and your body. And healing, your skin heals itself, our body heals itself. Once we reach a certain point where we have beat ourselves up too much mentally or too much physically, then it's harder for us to recover. And through age and time, it's harder for us to recover. But with a positive mindset and a resiliency mindset, it's so much easier to recover. It takes less time. You can do it more quickly as part of the definition of resiliency. Doesn't mean you're not going to do it for most things, because you can adapt to, maybe you were an accountant forever and you're like, I can't do this because my mind doesn't function as well anymore. And I used to keep track of the family finances and now I can't do that anymore. Maybe you adapt by working together with your partner or with a friend, with a family member or a financial planner to figure out, how do we still function? Because I don't have the capacity as much but I do know how to think about what I need and ask for help. That is adaptive resiliency. Maladaptive resiliency is going, I don't know, I'm going to go into bankruptcy. I'm going to go to not manage my finances. I'm not going to let you help because I'm the person who knows how to do this. I've been doing it forever, and my brain's got to function well enough to be able to do it. Well, maybe you can spend more time and energy and learn more things to be able to do it. But if you reach a capacity, and that's as far as you can go, then the capacity is adaptively looking for help instead of maladaptively going, nope, I'm the only one who knows what I'm doing. I'm going to take care of this. And destroying your finances, destroying your structure, destroying your trust, destroying your relationship. So it's physical and biological, as our body and our brain want to heal. It's mental because it is based on that mindset of, can I heal? Can I recover? Or am I someone who believes that life's out to get me and I'm never going to get any better? That is a mindset thing that might be based on survival, thriving, or trauma, depending on how much you reflect on yourself to be able to do that. And emotionally, how do you recover in your resilience with emotions? Can you handle and practice handling more effectively intense emotions and recovering? Because recovery from emotions means expressing them, because emotions go in or they go out. If they go in, they become toxic, maladaptive, not resilient, become depression, suicide, anxiety, and go into coping skills of substance abuse and gambling and destroying our relationships if they go internally. But if they come out, sometimes not as constructive with yelling, screaming, or things like that, but at least they're coming out. If they come out in expressing appropriately in art, music, and communication skills, then you're building capacity and you're building emotional resiliency. If I feel frustrated today, I feel a little annoyed, I feel happy, I feel joy, I feel stuck, and expressing those things in a way that builds emotional capacity. And when we build emotional capacity, we build resiliency as well. So there are two different types of resiliency. There's personal resiliency and systemic resiliency. Personal is what we have control over. It's being able to work on our own emotions, our own mental capacity, our own body to be able to take care of ourselves well enough with exercise, with eating right, with sleeping, with being able to build our own capacity. That builds our own personal resiliency. And systemic resiliency is being able to handle all the things that hit us in the world, our job stress, our family stress, our relationship stress, our couple stress, our isms, our racism, our sexism, where we're stuck in our classism, and the things we don't have control over. That's the systemic resiliency. And how to handle that? You handle based on what we have control over. And you find partners and relationships that you gain as much control as together you can have over that systemic ability. Create your own bubbles with semi-permeable boundaries to go out into other bubbles, but nurture yourselves and each other to build our own capacities. And that's how we become more resilient and maintain our resiliency. And that is by taking charge of ourselves and our relationships. Because if we don't take care of ourselves and take charge of ourselves, we keep losing our capacity for resiliency. So what did we talk about today? Talked about resiliency, the definition. We talked about maladaptive and adaptive resiliency. We talked about systemic and personal resiliency, and the mindsets that we need in order to build our own resiliency in relationship and in ourselves. Because if we can build it in ourselves and build it in our relationships, we can become more physically, mentally, and emotionally relationship ready. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, and let's have a discussion. Appreciate y'all coming.